Let's work. Yo, it's go time, showtime, never backing down time. One shot, yo, make it count, yo. Crunch time, shine time, make this moment my time. Get a grip, yo, ready, set, go. We bring the thunder. Bring the thunder. Let's work. Bring the thunder. Let's go. Bring the thunder. Let's work. Bring the thunder. Let's go. Yeah, it's my time, yo time. Step into the spotlight. Get lit, yo. Let yourself go. On time, high time. Gotta go big time. This is it, yo. Never take no flight time. Grind time. Take it to the street time. Turn the roof off. Get loco. Game time, win time. We gon' bring it home time. No regrets now. Let it all go. We bring the thunder. Bring the thunder. Let's work. Bring the thunder.
Well, good evening and welcome to Mountain Bears. I'm Aeson, and of course with tonight is the techie with the mostest. Techie Joe, how are you, darlings?
Oh, doing pretty good. You know, balancing a laptop, waiting for a Windows update to finish so I can move it out of my way. You know, recovering from a sinus infection from hell. And yeah, we're just trying to stay warm in this god-awful snowstorm and temperature drop.
Oh, yeah, 16 degrees right now. 16 degrees. And he says I can't move to Georgia every September.
Meanwhile, I'm just, guys, he's not wearing a jacket because I made him. Like, I didn't even have to make him put on clothes to go on air. Like, you don't know how rare that is.
Yeah. Well, I normally am in something, especially when I'm working, but at the same time, no, I'm wearing my hoodie. It is hoodie season. I've embraced the hoodie look, but I want them with a damn zipper. I cannot stand the pullover ones. I feel closed in.
I know, and you're wearing socks, too.
I know.
Like, it's crazy. Oh, there are these things called snowbirds. So does he forget that?
I think he does. I really think he does. I have found a lovely place, a lovely campground that has a beautiful home that we can rent for $900 a month in a lovely warm part of Georgia. And you can get all the sweet tea you want, honey. Well, I have all the work and enjoyment of a warm house.
Yeah, once I get done being lost for the entire time we're supposed to be down there, peach this, peach that, peach this other thing, peach this, peach that, peach this other thing, peach.
Honey, there's only two peaches you will need to understand. Peach Pool and Peach Playhouse.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. I don't know what either of those are, so I don't know what I just agreed to. It's probably some BDSM dungeon. What? I know you. You don't know random things. You know random things about things that usually scare the hell out of me. Like, I did not know that was a thing.
There's a lot of things you didn't know was a thing.
I know, right? Like,
it's scary.
What?
Tell you what's also scary is my damn YouTube.
I'm sorry, I very much live on the bunny trail.
Honey, you
do not leave the trail. Like, there's no GPS off the bunny trail. There's only like strangers with candy and vans. Stay on the bunny trail.
Okay, someone in our audience, please help me out. What the fuck is a bunny trail? Because the only thing I can think of as a bunny tail is Mr. Cotton Run.
Not a tail, a trail.
I get that. I'm thinking of the Cotton Run in Columbus every year around April.
No. Again, don't even want to know. Come on, you live too close to Snowshoe not to know what a bunny trail is.
I don't go skiing.
Something
I'm better in the lodge with
something that is life-defying that he doesn't do. Christ. Something.
I do go
safe path. Thank you, Brenda. There you go. Oh. The bunny hill. What? And that's the beginner's hill. Yes, exactly. But I tend to call it the bunny trail, and it's, it's the nice, safe, easy path. No one dies unless they're too old to live.
Uh-huh.
Like, they don't have to call in search and rescue because someone on the bunny trail, like, effed up.
Mm-hmm.
They call in search and rescue because someone went off the bunny trail.
Honey, I've been off the bunny trail since the beginning of time. The bunny trail and me do not get along.
Search and rescue and I don't get along.
Ooh, men in uniform. Yes, here we go.
The easiest safe kids path. Exactly. No one dies.
Debatable.
It has outlet protectors and bumper guards, and like, it's awesome. It is. It's awesome.
He takes all the fun out of things.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, yeah, I want to go to Georgia. I make a motion that we move the show to Georgia in the summer. Well, in the winter. We don't want to go there in the summer because you'll die.
Okay, but with 51% control of the network, I say no.
Okay.
You didn't even argue the extra 1%. Not a bit. Not a bit.
Not in the mood to argue a bit of it.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Oh, do you know how annoying that drive would be to like go fix a printer?
See, that's the problem.
Uh-huh.
We're still trying to figure that one out, okay?
Uh-huh.
It's 4.5 hours. I've already mapped it out from your main supplier that you have to go fix printers for.
Yeah, do you know? Yeah, 4.5 hours, one way. 9 hours.
No, technically it's 4.5 hours. It'd be 8.5 if you drive your way.
So 17 hours later, and that's all assuming I don't get lost in Atlanta.
You aren't going to get lost in Atlanta. Do you think I'm going to let you drive through Atlanta?
Oh, great. So I have to be driven to my appointments?
Well, I have to come.
Then why do we care how I drive?
Because I have to drive the way you drive, or you sit there and banter and get all snuffy with me.
No, I grab the, well, with the new vehicle, it's not as bad. I have 2 old shit bars, and I can just scream for 4.5 hours.
No, you can't. The best you can do is 1.5 hours.
Not right now. I'm saying once I'm healed and recovered, then I could scream for 4.5 hours. Up and back.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, okay, cool. Awesome. I get to shut this computer down. Yay!
Yay! Oh, so we've had some court movement. I thought we'd talk about that.
Okay, what do we got? And by the way, guys, this is his runabout. It has only been sitting on my to be done pile for how long now?
2 months.
No, like a month and a half.
2 months.
Month and a half.
Do I need to contact Beth?
Do I need to drop it?
No, that's up to you, babe, because you know you're
going to have to fix it. No, okay. Not if I drop it. You don't know where I'm going to drop it from. I know that the new River Gorge Bridge says no pedestrians.
Mm-hmm.
However,
although they have a very nice catwalk.
Yeah. Alrighty, now I got to figure out where it actually said it. Oh, this is so sad. Oh, sorry, I can't get too much from my desk without like off camera. So yeah, I found a cubby hole. It's down there. It's ready for you. It's been fully updated.
It has. That's lovely.
Yes, it's had Office installed. It has had Acrobat Reader installed. It has had Chrome installed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only
Just
if we
about
can find
all
it.
little.
Only if we can find it. Only if we can find it. And see, I don't get along with search and rescue, and you know there's damn sure no way they are going to go out and find a laptop in the
Uh-huh.
New River. Good luck.
Well,
God bless.
search and
Bye
rescue, I
now.
get along with just fine. Why? Because they're men in uniform. I can easily talk to them very comfortably.
Yeah, badge bunny.
And actually, it would be federal officers because it's search and rescue and a federal thing now.
But you notice he clutches his pearls on them. I'm just saying. You do like your badges.
I do. Officers are lovely. They take care of our community very well. So the FBI has closed the Gabby Hanna case.
The Gabby
Gabby
Petito?
Petito case, yes.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah, too many Gabbies to be keeping up with.
All right.
Well, that's because I watch a lot of drama, and Gabby Hanna's always in drama. But anyhow, wouldn't be surprised if the FBI ain't visiting that one. Yes, her boyfriend did it. Yes, they recovered the body of the boyfriend. Yes, he confessed to it in his notebook.
All righty. So pretty much open and shut and done.
Right.
All righty.
And he shot himself. I'm a little saddened for three factors here. One, this reminds us the importance of domestic violence, and the importance of bringing awareness of it, even more so in the LGBT community, than because it's the one that goes unreported the most.
Well, there's that, as well as like this one spiraled so far out of control way quickly.
Exactly.
I mean, part of me feels like there's missing components of this story. Like there's going to be more that comes out later. Right. Because it's very I'm not saying, well, I don't even know if I need that preface, but it just seems odd that generally by the time, because this has all been made out like this was the first time the cops ever responded.
Right.
And I'm going, that's not the normal course of domestic violence.
Right.
Usually there's like a mounting number of like police intervention calls.
Right.
And then like it's usually not like one and like murder suicide.
Well,
like that's a lot.
Really question because they were traveling so much. Because they'd gone on this cross country tour. How much really went on in those backwoods and bayous that police didn't know about, that nobody knew about?
There's that part, and then there's also the question of how many other police responses were there. That because they were traveling, I mean, and that's a fundamental problem of being nomadic. Especially in a domestic violence situation, is if you're constantly on the road, constantly on the move, you're not anywhere for very long, you're not going to really become, unless it gets severe, like in this case, you're not gonna become well established in terms of the situation with any intervening body.
Right.
No hospital's going to see you for multiple broken bones. No police department is going to respond to multiple, calls. It's all going to be pieces. Like tons of people have tons of pieces of the story. And then fundamentally, I mean, not to ever say this about someone in domestic violence, but at best, you're kind of hoping that, like, you get sent for a full body x-ray. And they just sit there and keep counting broken bones.
Mm-hmm.
And get the picture really quickly that this wasn't a ran into door or, oops, I slipped situation that,
or sprained my ankle, or I'm so clumsy I fell down the path when we were hiking. It's never good. Never good, guys.
Well, no, and there's lots of excuses that are made for domestic violence. But fundamentally, that there's a certain point where you have to really look at the x-rays and be like, or the history, and be like, yeah, you're either the clumsiest person in the world and you probably have a brain tumor,
right,
or something else is going on,
right.
And that is unfortunately where a lot of domestic violence gets sorted out, is through healthcare.
Right.
Because there's a certain point where you're sitting there with a stack of x-rays and MRIs and contusions and stitches and this long going medical history going, yeah. There's clumsy.
Right.
And uncoordinated, and then there's you want to lie again, because this doesn't look clumsy. This looks like intentionally inflicted damage repeatedly onto a human body.
Right.
Because a lot of the times the excuses and the injury don't go together.
Right.
Like, how did you do it?
Right.
Like, explain to me how the physics work on this, because you can't do that.
Right.
Because it's the weird thing about medical providers is they get a good idea of human anatomy and physics
very quickly.
Yeah, like after a while of seeing injuries, you can sluice out real quick the ones that you can't do that.
Right.
Like, the statistical probabilities are like 1 billion to 1. So try again. That's not how you did that.
Right.
Like, you either forgot part of the story, or whatever you just told me cannot possibly be the truth. Doesn't always mean that there's domestic violence. Some people injure themselves in horribly embarrassing ways. And
well, it's like we had to clarify with people that I wasn't beating you up.
What?
When you decided to take a fall off a rock.
No, we had too many witnesses for anyone to accuse domestic violence. Like, there were, like, he seriously was nowhere near me at the time. Like,
I was on the other side of the creek enjoying the water.
Yeah, and the people that were there, literally no one touched me. And they were like, what? How did you, why?
How?
I don't know.
It was literally one step to another step, and he stepped to two others.
Well, and more importantly, there was an easier way and a harder way between those two steps. I chose the harder way, not realizing it was like a distance of like, a good like 2.5 feet. Because I swear to God, I looked down and it only looked like it was like a foot. So I stepped with all the coordination of like a 1 foot height differential, and bam, right on my elbow. Because of course. Oh, but yeah, no. But no, I don't think we had to defend that to anyone, because most of the people we would have had to have defended it to were standing there and watched it occur.
No, we have to defend all those, because you have some Facebook friends out there that want to kill me, apparently, or expect me to be just this total asshole.
What? Who to what?
We normally have to clarify when you've had a boo-boo.
No, we don't.
Yes,
What
we
do you
do.
do?
Oh, I don't know. We've done it ever since you twisted your ankle.
Well, I mean, technically, I still say that one was your fault, and he didn't cause it. He really didn't. We were talking about keeping the house in Princeton, and I swear to God, the reason I do blame him for it, however, is because every flipping time we brought this subject up and started discussing it, I injured myself.
Every time.
And it was the twisted ankle that I really thought was broken. I was like, we can't talk about this anymore. Like, the decision is made. The property is trying to kill me. I can't live here. The property doesn't want me. It says no. No means no, even if it is by something we technically, have ownership over.
And he says that I talk to things. He lets houses make decisions on who's going to own them.
When they try to kill me, or at least cause bodily damage, like, I'm just saying.
Every time we talked about me buying a house, me selling this house and buying that house, he got hurt. Like damn.
You take your paranormal evidence where you find it, I'll take mine where I find it. That was
this is what I get for falling in
out.
love with someone that knew the word mandala and what it was.
I know, right? But no, I mean, nope, house doesn't want me, we're done. I'm out.
Right.
Because, I mean, it's not like it was the first time that house tried to kill me.
It wasn't the first time that I don't look back and wish we had bought it.
No. Seriously, I feel like I would probably be dead by now. Like, if you knew, like, winter was my least favorite time in that house.
Why?
Because every winter that damn garage tried to murder me. If you knew how many times I have slipped and fell getting out of the car and almost brained myself on that stupid little 2-step banister, or how many times I have come into the garage and rain, snow, what the hell ever caused water to be on that floor, I went under the, butt end of a car. No. Like, no surprise.
4 gallons of paint, a bag of sand later.
Good luck with that. Like, that floor, like, I swear to God, sometimes living in that house was like an episode of Final, or like a installment of Final Destination.
Okay.
With the number of ways, like, weirdo ways that house tried to kill me. Like, I have slipped. Not as bad as the house I grew up in, let me point out.
Is this the only safe house you've lived in? My goodness.
Yeah, this one doesn't try to kill me often.
No.
It just occasionally jerks the bath mat out from under me, and, that's like once every couple of years. Like, that's it. Like, I have not had major, like, death wish vibes off of this one.
Oh, I have death wish vibes, but it's normal for the people that occur around it.
Oh, you overestimate my living condition of did a chandelier try to fall down on you in the bath and electrocute you? No!
One, he won't let me have a chandelier in the bathroom. He says the bathroom's too small.
Also won't let you put a fan in the bathroom. And I don't mean one of those cute little boxy vent fans. He wants a full rotational ceiling fan. I'm like, no.
I want a nice fan with a lovely light. They make nice small ones to fit the area. It'd be gorgeous.
Now, the worst thing I have to be concerned about is when we change the light bulbs in the bathroom that the big glass thing doesn't fall. Because this is one of those ye old 1950s era, like heavy glass, like the pre-sealing tit.
Mm-hmm. The gorgeous pre-sealing tit that was more like the pre-sealing cap.
More like the pre-sealing glass anvil.
Okay.
Like when those fall, you hope it doesn't break the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Glass ceiling fixtures. Yeah, that's what we got. There's no chandelier, but there's probably enough glass to cut it up and make one. Oh no. This is round. And no, I'm not talking about that cute little fluted light fixture from the 70s. Glass light fixture with the stupid little hangs down from two little metal strips. No, we're not talking about that. Those are like weak. Like those fall, and if it doesn't impale you and sever a jugular, it turns into glass dust. Like that's what those do. I grew up in a house full of those.
Mm-hmm. We only have 2 of those.
Really? We have 2 of them? Where's the second?
There's one in your bedroom and one in the Invisible Assistant's bedroom.
No, Invisible Assistant has that one. My bedroom has the great big giant glass ceiling pre-tit.
Okay.
Remember, you just took it down the other day and changed the light bulbs.
Well, true.
Yeah, it's the great big giant, like, you could take down the light fixture and beat someone to death. That one. Like the big old 50s glass. But, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Sorry, I grew up with those 70s ones, though. Those things scared the hell out of me. Like,
yeah.
God, I hate those. Like, I have scars from those.
Mm-hmm. Well, one of these days, I'm going to build a bathroom big enough to enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want Paula Dean's bathroom where you can have meetings in there. My mornings would go much faster.
I'm sorry, what?
Paula Dean's bathroom at Riverbend. She has a full, like, couch and sofa and TV and fireplace.
I just had the scariest mental image of Paula Dean naked in a tub with bubbles up to her, like, cleavage line, trying to conduct a meeting, and everyone trying not to imagine whether or not she used a butter bath bomb.
Well, you know she did. She probably came out with her own one. Now you're going to make me power up Google. I tell you what.
It was the butter bath bomb that got you, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's Paula Dean. You know she uses body butter. Like, there's just no way around it. Like, that would be the least surprising
She uses
TMI
a sugar
ever.
scrub, revolving foot scrub, $20 a piece in 6 varieties. And she has a fizzy, but no bath bombs.
Oh, well, fizzies are bath bombs, aren't they?
No.
Or do I not understand?
No. Fizzies are bath bombs that fizzle, that foam up and everything.
So you just called it a bath bomb, though.
But it's not a bath bomb. It doesn't have the salt and everything in it.
Okay. Well, sorry, you just described something as a bath bomb, but not a bath bomb.
Right.
I'm confused.
Understandable.
Thank you.
Skincare for you in general confuses you.
Do what now?
Skincare in general confuses you.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Like, generally
unfortunately,
speaking, you're not going to figure out my sexual preferences by my bathroom. Left to my own devices. Like, you were
left to your
horrified.
own device. Yes, you have no products. Like,
No.
I thought I was dating a straight man there for a minute. I'm like, where the hell is the skincare? Well, you had nail care covered, you had the trimmers covered. That's great. Hair care was like barely. Hey, Blue, how are you, darlings?
Is Blue peacing out or just sending peace?
Just sending peace.
Okay, sorry. We have some people that peace out that way. But no, I have, like, I'm horrible.
Yeah,
Like, I really am.
I had to
Like,
gayify you. I'm telling you.
like, you don't know the level of horrified he was that I was using like a 3-in-1. Are we
Right.
smoking pot? No, cigarettes.
Cigarettes, darling.
Like, I'm way more fun with marijuana. Um, Not really. I go straight to sleep.
Yeah.
Like, marijuana. I will say this on air: marijuana puts me to sleep. Alcohol puts me to sleep. There is no partying with Joe. He just goes to sleep, has amazingly crazy dreams, and wakes up with the munchies no matter what.
Honey, he had a 3-in-1. He had no conditioner. He was using Dove's Men Care
Yeah.
espresso.
Not espresso, caffeinated, the green one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least it wasn't maca. I mean,
Like,
I'll give you that, and at least it wasn't Irish Spring. Like, I expected to find a bottle of Old Spice laying around there somewhere.
no.
You
My
did have a
father
bottle of
ruined.
English leather. I will give you that.
No, my father ruined Old Spice for me. That was all he ever used. And he used so much of it. I swear to the God, like, I swear, for a man having a nose bigger than Big Bird's beak, it was like he couldn't smell anything. So, like, he put that stuff on, like, he took a whore's bath in it. I cannot to this day stand the smell of Old Spice. Like, you want to turn me off in like milliseconds. Just walk near me with Old Spice. Zero, dead, gone, over with, deceased. Break out the paddles. Good luck. Hate it.
Some things would kill Joe. Most skin products will not kill Joe. They
Well,
annoy Joe.
I don't know if we put enough aloe on me, we could have a problem. Like, it could kill me.
Yep.
But yeah. No. Well, yeah. Like, the skincare
No.
aisle is a real bitch to navigate for me. Let's
You
just put
have
it.
to be able to read the products. And I found actually, I may start ordering from Germany because apparently they have a lot of clean products there. So with there being clean products, non-toxic products, they're not going to have aloe loaded in them. So I've got to brush up on my German and check the import laws.
How does that work? Because
What?
technically, aloe isn't toxic.
They don't use aloe.
What?
Yeah.
You're telling me the solution to my lifelong problem? Like, you wonder why I don't have skincare items. This is why I don't have skincare items. Like, I hate reading that many ingredients constantly over and over and over. Like, you realize I have to be careful what toilet paper I buy. I have to be careful, like, God forbid the butt wipe aisle is just useless for me. Hair care, skin care, bath wash, shampoo, you name it, it is insane.
No, you just have to have a preferred product list.
Which apparently doesn't matter because half this stuff ends up changing and ends up involving aloe.
Really? We order Sasquatch soap. We go and we get Aussie. You're doing very fine on those products.
I know. I'm doing well with that. Uh-oh. How did we kill Blue Knight? Um, no death. No
You,
death.
you added an Old Spice near him, honey. So that's the killing of any gay man.
I don't know. Some people are into it. Like, some people are like, yes, daddy. When Old Spice walks into the room, I'm just like, you can take your old ass out of here. Because ain't
Yeah.
no one
Bring
over
me in
the
some
age
nice English leather. We'll be happy.
no one over the age of 70 needs to still be wearing Old Spice. Like, I'm just convinced. Like, if you're over 70, go for it. Like, go with God towards the light. Quickly. But,
Right.
hey, like, I ain't changing someone over 70. Just, no, just, all right, whatevs. Like, you do you, boo. But no. Otherwise, no, stop. That is, like, Old Spice is trying to, like, revitalize itself. And I'm like, you have more to
Right.
come back from than, like, Cadillac and Buick. What? They're both brands for old people. They are struggling. They keep trying.
Yeah. Sorry, I still love my old English leather. Like, there is no scent like a good piece of leather. Anyhow.
Okay, so I'm going to take on Glesty there with aloe does help with anal itch. I wouldn't know because when I get near aloe, I itch everywhere. I also end up turning really bright red and, like, it's not a fun experience. It is a full body reaction.
Hey, leave my caddies out of that old sector. They're looking nice. Well, got some sad news. Apparently, Betty
old
White was in the
spirit.
mood for a singer.
What?
Meatloaf has passed away at 74.
Yes. Sounds like the beginning of a hell of a party if your guest list is Sidney Poitier, Betty White, and Meatloaf. Like, that seems like such a weird party.
It does.
Like, that's a very interesting group of people to be in one room together. But then again, we had Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart share a stage for a roast. And it was actually good.
Snoop Dogg and Meatloaf's dead. But no, they have a great cooking and lifestyle show together.
Oh, Louis Anderson and Thich Nhat Hanh. I'm not familiar with the second person in this list, in addition to Meatloaf today.
Has anyone bubble wrapped Alice Cooper and put him in a box at this point?
I don't know, but if you have to, I don't know. Can you even legally bubble wrap a heavy metal rocker?
Yeah.
Like, it seems like it would be against their care and feeding instructions.
No, you can do that.
Okay, French actor. Okay. Or wait, I'm confused. I apologize. I got a lot. Oh, Gaspard Ulliel? I don't. I'm guessing as best I can on that pronunciation. Thich Nhat Hanh, Buddhist monk teacher. Okay. Sorry, I got the comments off. Oh. No, but that's a still very interesting party. Very interesting party. Like,
that could be a great show, a great thing. All right, so you have a lovely article sitting in your private folder.
Yes, I do. I do. pull that right over. Oh, good God. In latest right to repair move, Kia shuts off new car tech in Massachusetts. What?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Kia has switched off the wireless telematic data systems of its new cars sold in Massachusetts as a way to comply with the state's controversial right to repair law. What? Sorry, trying to get there quickly.
You're fine.
Okay, the new law requires that 2022 and newer vehicles that utilize a telematics system be equipped with an interoperable, standardized, and open access platform. But such a platform does not currently exist in the market, thus making compliance impossible. Alrighty, so basically, in an effort to create a right to repair, Massachusetts passed a law, said, okay, that's fine, but there has to be a system that's open to everyone, that you can't lock down to like specific dealers or those who pay you licensing fees to use it. And so, yeah, the only way to comply with that law is to turn off the telematics, which reports car data. Wow.
So that just confirms what we had already decided, that we were going to send our car to Kia to be repaired.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
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 I don't know. I know it sounds horrible, but I know I'm the tacky when I say this, but I don't know. Is anyone else getting sick and tired of some of the like? And it's not that I hate tech in vehicles. I think tech in vehicles is a wonderful thing. I am awed. I am inspired. I think it's amazing. I'm really hating the way that dealerships have decided to approach tech in cars, in which it never gets updated. It is very, specific to the dealer or to the manufacturer, that none of these are really cross-compatible systems. Sometimes even within that own manufacturer's line, I'm just finding it all really annoying anymore. That
Right.
why can we not make this a more ubiquitous thing? Give me the ability to update my nav system. Really, it's 2022. Who the fuck is paying for the navigation update? No one. No one has ever paid for that. You've got a few Mercedes and BMW owners, I'm sure, that have, but really, on a Kia, on a Ford, on a Chevy, you've made no money off of this. Okay?
Right.
Just stop it. More importantly, though, I don't want the ability to, so to speak, hack someone's vehicle and kill them. I don't want that part of the system open.
Right.
But why can we not do more with these systems?
Right.
In terms of giving us more control over our vehicle itself, because they're very locked out. And anyone else out there going, I have a 7 fucking inch screen in the middle of my dashboard. I get why you wouldn't want me to watch video while I'm driving. That would be bad. That'd be bad. I can't do it while I'm parked.
Yes.
Without doing a complete rip out of standard, because I can go spend $500, $750 or more dollars and get someone to rip my dash apart, take out the factory stereo, and put an Android system in, and then I can do whatever the hell I want.
Right, which is the plan for baby.
Well, yes, but I'm just saying, on my own vehicle, all of it's there already.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I can't. Not to the screen. Android CarPlay will not do it. I cannot find any way to get Android CarPlay. Jesus Christ, Android Auto will not do it. Now CarPlay from Apple may. I don't think it does either, but it may. But no, Android Auto, no. It'll play the audio, but the video I'm limited to my phone screen. Unless you legit straight up mean just watch a video on my phone. No, because my phone screen is not 7 inches. Almost, but it is not 7 inches. It is not tablet size. I have a great big giant screen that is actually quite nice.
Yeah. You have a nice screen in Princess, and it is a nice setup. I just find it very limiting, and I hate its nav system.
Yeah, you hate its nav system. I can understand that. But then again, this is a system that is now 5 years old with almost zero updates. There was one update. And I still haven't figured out what the hell they changed. It seemed like nothing.
To not drive into the road? To not drive into the road?
To not drive into the road?
Yeah, not go driving into lakes and stuff.
Well, again, that's a map update or a GPS update or both. Either way, I mean, that's still, it's not like they changed any functionality. Like, they didn't remove the fucking Yelp app.
No,
I still don't get that one. Why does my car need Yelp?
Right.
And understand when I say this is a vehicle that does not have like its own SIM card and data services, and it will not work directly. Like, it is such a confusing system. It has Wi-Fi, but there is nothing you can get over Wi-Fi except for Yelp and Google.
Right.
And God help you if you're using Google on that screen.
Right.
Like, not because of the screen itself, just because like how stupid the app for the car is. Like, it is dumb.
Right. Nor does it update.
Well, yeah, if I wanted to listen to it. I'm talking about, I have a 7-inch screen. I could literally see going and like, imagine going camping, and then you can sit there and watch a movie. But I think it'd be fun.
Okay.
Entertainment. Like, if it rains.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know. I'm weird. I just think there's a lot of things. It's my version of camping, okay?
Your version of glamping. Now look at the second article that sounds even funner.
Okay. So, Second Life founder Phil Rosedale is positioning platform for a comeback. Ah, nice. Now that metaverse-minded tech companies are catching up with his original idea, the virtual world pioneer believes it's time to give his groundbreaking platform a second chance. So, a second chance for Second Life.
Right.
So yeah. And they even struggled, like, oh God, we're gonna say it. We have to say it. Second Life, the online platform that allows users to interact in a virtual community with custom avatars, is now getting a second life. So yeah.
Yeah. This is fun because this is where Aeson goes to have fun and relax. You can get readings for me in Second Life. I do have a lovely reading table set up at our home.
You do. I built it.
Yeah.
It's very cool. And it has a tarot deck. Like, there's a whole Second Life tarot deck.
Yep.
So yeah. Oh, so yeah, they had 1 million regular users by 2013, after founding 10 years before that in 2003. And then they've dwindled down to 800 and 900,000 in 2017. And then it looks like they just quit counting after 20.
Well, I
Or
can
they
see
don't want
that
that number known.
they don't want that number known. Point blank, they don't want that number known. But I think it's really cool because I have friends in like Finland, Nova Scotia, Taiwan, Australia. We go for lunches, we go to the parties, we have fun there.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, and it's kind of interesting the when you take out normal time constraints. In a virtual environment, you really don't have that because there's people from all over the world. And so you can literally have, lunch at 7:00 in the evening. Which is really great when you have someone who doesn't work, and live in a normal 24-hour period.
No, I actually would probably do better. I would be on a normal schedule if I lived in Australia, which is so weird.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I've always enjoyed it. Like my poor little avatar. Sorry,
He has gone through some progressions.
Do
we'll
what?
go to
Yeah,
our avatar.
he's gone through a lot. He's gone through a lot.
Yeah.
But now I was
I just
curious.
got redecorated and done redoing mine. So,
like, I had a birthday recently, or a res day in Second Life lingo. So yeah, my poor little avatar is 14 years old. Like, good God. I've been in this game for 5,206 days. But and in game is the wrong way to describe it. Like, that's the problem. Like, everyone says, what game are you playing? And it's like, oh, I'm not playing a game. Like, that's not really exactly what this is. Like, there are games and there are some, other game aspects to it. Like, we play dice games, we play card games. There actually is like a player versus player segment of Second Life. You can, like, there's all kinds of stuff you can do.
We love playing Canasta.
Oh yeah.
And of course, there's other parts.
Surprisingly, I never thought, like, everyone makes that sound like the worst fucking game ever.
It is fun.
It is. Like, don't ever ask me to do that with a real deck of cards. Like,
why not?
No part of,
we need 4 decks of cards.
Exactly.
And
then they all have to get shuffled together repeatedly.
And you act like these are difficult items.
No, I act like 4 decks of cards is this flippin' tall.
No, they're not. They're only that tall. We're using bicycle.
I don't know if that was an insult to bicycle or not.
Depending on the day. All right, so let's get to some Britney Spears news, shall we?
Okay.
All right, so of course we were in court again this week with Britney Spears, and we learned a few new things. Well, other than Jamie Spears, aka Yeeted Spears, is an idiot. We learned that her sister has been basically living off of her business too. Jamie Spears got $6 million. That's just the tip of the iceberg. He goes on to explain that he also got $30 million for his legal team to pay lawyers, supposedly. He also got 1.5 gross of her receipts. That's worse than a credit card company. He also received 2.95 commission on Britney Spears' gross revenues in 2011. He also got a $5 million loan. He got his house redone. He sold some of her property to Jamie Lynn Spears' husband, and she was paying for him to have a cooking show.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Good God. I mean,
so
this is like, here's the problem with being a fiduciary for anyone. It's a really hard conflict of interest.
Mm-hmm.
to sit there and walk that line.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, is what I'm doing reasonable? Is what I'm doing appropriate? Is it in their best interest? Because it can often come to a situation it's not in your best interest.
Right.
Like, and you have to be prepared for that. That, like, this isn't your piggy bank that you get to shake
Mm-hmm.
and just do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
There's and especially not in this situation, that's financial abuse of someone who, at least at that point, had
Mm-hmm.
been deemed incapable of managing their own affairs. As
Exactly.
ridiculous as that whole situation was.
Mm-hmm.
But fundamentally, if you go with the theory, how, like, some of these things, how were they in her best interest?
Mm-hmm.
They were definitely in his best interest.
Right.
But how were they in her best interest?
Right.
Like, what was she getting back out of this?
Right.
Like, I'm not saying he should have been doing this at a complete and total deficit to him.
Right.
I don't think anyone should. Like, and
Right.
it's the same for, like, administering an estate that is in probate.
Mm-hmm.
You should not have to suffer to manage someone else's affairs just to prove you're not being abusive. But when you start looking at how much money and how it was spent,
Mm-hmm.
fundamentally, I struggle on the Britney Spears situation to go, but how did that benefit her? Which is going to be the fundamental question that'll determine whether or not those were legit transactions or not.
Well, I don't see how her paying for a custom RV for him to have a cooking, cruising, and chaos cook show benefited her. Her paying her estate, paying the brother-in-law, I believe it's $250,000 to do odds and end things around her home in Tennessee that she's not living in. She has been a resident of California for 13 years.
Well, and even if it is maintaining a home, you also, like, that can be a legitimate expense.
Mm-hmm.
And it can be legitimate to pay a family member to do that.
Mm-hmm.
$250,000, what the hell was he doing?
Mowing the lawn.
Like, that's another point in the whole fiduciary responsibility, is making sure that these are reasonable expenses.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is this a fair, like, does it make sense number?
Right.
I don't know, like, what kind of lawn service is this? How much lawn is there?
Mm-hmm.
How many odds and ends are we talking about? Did he have to rebuild the home?
No.
Like, where are we at? Like, that's where you have to really dig into it, is
right.
On one hand, it's already nepotism. You're bringing in a family member. Okay, fine, whatever. That can still be okay, but you have to still be reasonable. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you may end up paying a little bit of a premium. Mm-hmm. And you can justify that. Like, look, this is someone we know and we trust. They can receive the benefit of, hey, they may have 15 different prison sentences. Not saying that her brother does, but just saying there's a lot of things you can excuse and,
Mm-hmm.
Would arguably make someone a worse candidate that still gets paid better.
Right.
There's paid better and then there's paid ridiculously.
Well, and then there is the just a fucking scam, which is what we're seeing a lot. It's like Jamie Spears presented to the court that he needed to sell off some property in Louisiana that's connected to the family homestead because it had a tax liability on it.
Okay.
Anyone want to take a guess on the tax liability on it?
One of his loans?
No.
Oh.
Just the taxes.
I don't know. A few $1,000s.
Oh, much lower.
A few $100s?
Lower.
A few dollars?
No, it's about what I would spend at a Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, that's no. Like, again, if you're talking about like millions of dollars in tax liability and you need to convert and liquefy an asset, convert an asset,
Right.
I can understand that.
Right.
Anyone can understand that. How fucked are your finances if you have to liquidate property because of like $50 or $70 or whatever in
Right.
property taxes?
What?
Like, you've already screwed up as a fiduciary if liquid cash is that tight.
$51, but it was it had a tax liability, and they had to sell it to preserve the estate to one of his companies.
Of course. No, like, again, it's not that you can't do that.
Right.
You can. Like, there are people that will buy property, and very rich families over time will end up doing this. Like, wealth that becomes property.
Right.
Or that is property. You'll see very rich families cash out parts of the property, parts of the logging rights, parts of the this, the that, the to replenish the family war chest. Slowly over time.
Right.
You generally don't do that if you already have a really massive war chest. And theoretically, talking about Britney Spears, total assets, and I'm assuming,
right,
not like one, it would be very wrong for all of that to be liquid. You do have the fiduciary thing is a little bit complicated, because not only do you have to manage someone's assets,
right,
and protect someone's assets, you also have to reasonably attempt to grow those assets.
Right.
That's part of the managing, is you can't just take it all in a pile of cash and just like, yep, I manage your assets. It's sitting right there in a bank account.
Right.
Like, at certain points, you have to go, okay, what do we actually need liquid? And what can we, so to speak, play with? And when one says play with, I mean invest, conservatively invest, not wild, crazy, give your brother-in-law $50 million to start a, flying dildo business or whatever. Like, don't do anything stupid, but attempt to actually legitimately invest it, so that the assets aren't sitting there just depreciating. Like, you do have to treat it like, okay, these assets have to work for her.
Right.
That's the other component of being a fiduciary. And selling, like, there's so many problems with you sold an asset to one of your own companies for flimsy reasons, like a $51 tax liability, really. And then how much did he actually buy it for? Like, did he add like the shit frosting to the shit cake and then sell it for like the $51?
Right.
Because, oh God, she's in trouble. Oh, we can't keep this asset. Like, was that it? He sold it for the tax?
Yeah. Well, he sold it at a loss of about 85% of it.
Ooh, yeah, he's gonna enjoy yeah. Something tells me that's gonna come back to bite him hard. Because there's layers there. One, she should have had more than sufficient assets to cover a $51 tax bill. Two, without selling the property.
Right.
Two, he sold it to himself. That's generally a bad idea.
Right.
Because self-dealing, you really want to watch out for as a fiduciary. And then you have to turn around and go, but then he also cut himself his own sweetheart deal on it. Like, it's not just like he bought it at like $1,000 off of market value. You know, like, generally that becomes like, you shouldn't have done that, but it's not that big a deal.
Right.
Versus like, no, 85% value reduction, like, that's bullshit.
Right.
Like, that's, no. You were plundering. That's what that's called.
Right.
You plundered her assets for your own financial gain.
Mm-hmm.
Like, big difference.
Right.
Like, and you're self-dealing, and you're not even legitimately in need of selling it. You wanted it. You found a flimsy excuse to buy it and to self-deal and cut yourself a deal at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this didn't grossly enrich her.
Right. This was her childhood home that she had purchased after he lost it in foreclosure a number of years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, no. No, that just screams across the board.
We're on air, Mother.
Bad choice. Actually, not your mother, oddly. I got a call from Georgia.
Oh, maybe they're calling
Georgia is calling me. It's probably about my car's extended warranty. Oh, but no. I really hate those situations. I mean, I don't want my car's extended warranty, and if you call one more time, I will put you on air.
Yes, and I will have fun with you.
Yes. But no, I'm just sorry. So back to Britney Spears.
Here we go.
All right, that's it. Hello? Yes? I'm sorry, National Toilet Warranty? Well, I'm currently in the middle of a live stream that you've called and interrupted 3 times, so now you're on air. I would not like to extend my toilet warranty. Honestly, that sounds like something that's full of shit, not to make a horrible pun. And, you know. Okay, that just got interesting.
Oh, now we're getting heckled. Cute.
You know.
Hello, Mercury in retrograde.
I mean, I do have to say that when the person calling switched over to the no, because this was fun. This was actually targeted. That was so crap.
Yeah.
But no. So yeah. So then they switched over to this like really deep voice talking basically like how they were going to rape me. So that was a fun end to that call. Like, sorry, I'm on air. Like, you know.
I know.
But yeah, so hi.
It happens. All right.
I mean, did you block someone recently, or like?
Oh, we have a few people blocked, honey. I've been using my block powers quietly, non-quietly. It's got to be the fun part of the show.
You know, it's fun. The world is a crazy place. I don't know. I like really a toilet warranty.
Come on, guys. Get more imaginative. Please.
I mean, damn. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Brenda, I like that one. Hello, caller. You're live on the air with and see how far they make it. Like, that didn't even plus them at all.
Well, that's when you know it's targeted.
You know? But yeah, so that was new and interesting.
Right.
Why couldn't they have done that though back during the Blog Talk days? Damn.
Well, I know. That's when it could have been funner. I mean, it'll take us back. Come on.
Oh God.
So do you have are we an asshole, or do I have to go and hand you one?
Oh, just hand me one.
Yeah, let's
Am
see.
I the
Randomizer.
asshole for calling people and offering an extended warranty on their toilet? Yes, you are. There we go. That's our am I now.
No, no, no. Here you go. This one will be fun.
Oh. You know, I would think the plumber who installed it would have the warranty.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, what do we have? What do we have?
You have to go to the original post.
Okay. There's a pre-post?
Yeah, there's an original and then there's an update. I
Oh
decided
my
to give you
God.
two pieces.
Oh, Jesus. This is like the War and Peace of it. Am I the asshole?
It's an interesting one that I've been following. You know, I thought, yeah.
Well, it's like a 5-part epic, isn't it?
No, it's just
No,
the
it's
two-part epic.
Just the 2 parts. Okay. Alrighty. Am I the asshole for telling my boyfriend he's not the fucking superhero that he thinks he is? My 17 boyfriend, 17, and I've been together for almost a year, and he's great. The only thing is, he has some superhero complex, or some hero complex. He needs to save everyone from all their troubles, and if someone gets hurt or fails something, etc., it's his fault. Example, I failed a chemistry test, and he didn't talk to me for a week because he didn't want to distract me. He sent me all his notes and made a whole study schedule before ghosting me, though. His twin got hurt in a small car accident, and he thinks it's because he distracted her. She has a cast, but he acts as if she can't do anything without him. He doesn't let anyone help either. His baby sister dropped glass, and he freaked. It didn't break, but he panicked and didn't let anyone in the kitchen for ages. He also kept checking her feet for glass, even though cut skin is pretty obvious and she was fine. He criticizes his mom's parenting.
Uh-huh.
We were walking around at a park and he looked anxious the entire time. He said he was keeping an eye out just in case someone needed help, etc. These seem like small things, but it gets overwhelming. He's constantly anxious, scared, or jumpy, and it's exhausting. And he doesn't want me to do certain things because I might get hurt. I hurt my ankle skating once, some time back, and he freaked when I told him we should go skating again. Anyways, this happened yesterday. His dad told him he needed money because he lost his girlfriend's jewelry and needed to replace it. My boyfriend, no hesitation, stole over $800 from his mom. When I asked him why, he told me that his dad needed it urgently and that he'd pay his mom back later. He has no job. I don't know where he thinks he's getting that money from. I lost it. I told him he's not the fucking superhero that he thinks he is, especially since he decided to straight up steal from his mother, who has so much trust in him. He got upset and told me to stop mocking him. I told him that he needed to face reality and realize that he can't save everyone and that he's becoming exhausting. I also mentioned again that I couldn't believe he stole from his mom so carelessly. Oh, they're calling back.
Send them the
Yeah,
voicemail.
I did. He called me irritating and said I wouldn't get it, and he left to go give his dad the money. I immediately told his mom, who freaked as well, and now he's in trouble. He basically called me an asshole, but he hasn't responded to any of my texts since. Now, I don't think I'm the asshole because well, he needed the reality check and everyone's thinking what I'm thinking, I just voiced those thoughts. But my boyfriend's heart is generally in a good place, and he's told me that he can't help it. He thinks I'm the asshole, obviously, since he told me to leave him alone, for fuck's sake. My brother also thinks I shouldn't have involved myself since it isn't my problem. Okay. And I was pretty harsh. Am I the asshole? Part 1. Part 2. Hi, so I'm going to start this off with thanks for reading my original post and commenting on it. I knew in the back of my head that I should have probably ended it with him, but reading your comments really gave me the push to really understand why. I don't know if this makes sense. LOL. Before I start, though, his mom managed to get my ex-boyfriend before he gave his dad the money. The money is safe, and my ex-boyfriend's phone was taken from him because his dad kept sending him rude messages. He wasn't ignoring me on purpose. Here's what happened. His twin sister came over sometime after I made the post, and she told me quite a bit about why my ex-boyfriend is the way he is. I'm not going to say much as it's not my story to tell, but what I will say is that I remember someone commenting and saying parentification, and you were mostly right. She then told me that he's not allowed his phone, but he did say he was sorry. I was also informed that he's getting help and he's not in the right mindset for a relationship. I agreed. I know a lot of people were convinced he isn't a good person and he's this or that. And I admit I wrote that post out of frustration, but he isn't a bad person. The world isn't black and white. I'm sorry I can't give more context, but there's only so much I can say online. I also hear he'll be out of school for a week or two because he had a breakdown and is pretty unwell, but I'm not going to avoid him or act as if I don't know him once he does come back. Sure, we didn't end things greatly, but he's been my friend for years, and unless he doesn't want me around, I'm not doing that. I also want to thank everyone for telling me it isn't on me to fix him, that I'm only 17, it's not my responsibility. Sometimes I feel a bit guilty, not gonna lie, because it kind of feels like I abandoned him when things got tough, but it's like, what exactly can I do? He has his mom and sisters right now. I think that's all he can handle. Because of you know what, I've canceled like all my plans and am currently watching that new Disney film with my brothers, and honestly, it's the most relaxed I've been for ages now. It's nice knowing I don't have this huge responsibility on my back. I don't use Reddit often, so yeah, thank you so much for being so nice to me.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ. All's well that ends well, I guess. Not the asshole, so not the asshole. There was so much going on there, though. Like,
Okay.
oh my God.
All right. Break it down for us, Sherlock.
Like, in the history of Am I the Asshole, this was so, like, I can't even call him the asshole.
Oh, I think the stepfather's the fucking asshole. Okay, let's break it down that way.
I think at worst, he took advantage of someone he knew would help him despite what it may cost him. And I think it's very, like, manipulative, abusive, bad choice, however you want to word it, of any parent to, like, exploit one of your kids like that you know would would do anything to help you. Literally anything. Yeah, that's abusive. Like, may not register exactly as abusive, but I find it abusive. You know, I'm saying not necessarily child abuse, but is abusive of, like, someone.
Right.
That's where I'm at with that. There's that part. And yeah, it leads me though with so many questions, like, how did he get here?
Right.
Like, this seems like a lot of things have gone wrong for this kid that he just got blamed for.
Right.
That weren't his fault. That he got told were his fault. and then he has gotten really mixed up on what is and isn't in his like domain of control. Like not just normal, like I apologize for things that aren't my fault. I try to do that, or I do that out of a place of, I sometimes feel like someone needs to hear sorry.
Right.
In the sense that, like, I didn't do anything to cause it, but I think it sucks. And I think that, yeah, someone's owed an apology for that, even if it's like the stupid sidewalk, fucking tripped you. Like, I'm so sorry that happened to you. That's where, like, it's not my responsibility, but I think someone deserves to hear, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's where my head operates. But this is so far out of that.
Right.
Like, he has a real strong belief that, like, talk about Atlas, like, this is the entire universe on his shoulders. Like,
and some.
Like, that's a lot. That's a lot of a lot. Then as for her, no, that's a lot to deal with. Like, that's, I mean, I don't want to say he has a mental health problem, but that sort of sounds like a mental health problem.
Well, I think it's a mental health problem, but also think it's a problem that occurs with a lot of dudes who believe they're superheroes. That they've got to take care of everyone. They're the man of the house. You've got to be the good son. You've got to be the man of the house. You've got to handle it. And it's like, stop already.
Well, but that's more so toxic masculinity. Well, to some degree, in and of itself, is that, like, and that exists because guys are told that.
Right.
Like, they're lit up, like, straight up, legitimately told that, like, that Brene Brown quote springs into mind. Like, my kids and my wife would rather watch me die on that horse than to ever see me cry. Like, it can very much be that. Not necessarily that everyone in your life thinks that way, but there's enough people telling you to man up and take responsibility, and it doesn't matter, it's your responsibility. You kind of get this, messaging that, this is, whatever it is, even if it's out of your control, it's supposed to be something you can control.
Right.
That you're supposed to somehow will it. It's the most confused, like, I will say, and I don't mean this in any kind of, like, men too or whatever mentality, but it is confusing as fuck to be a guy sometimes. In terms of, like, you want me to control shit that I have no control over. Okay, that makes perfect fucking sense.
Oh, yeah.
Someone explain how that works.
Right.
Because it doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. Like, it's confusing. That's a whole other tangent that has no nice beginning or end.
Well, no, I don't think that it's another tangent.
Okay. Well, I just mean it goes beyond that, though.
Right.
Like, it's just so, and granted, I know a lot of that comes out in, like, men's rights bullshit and, like,
well, there's a lot of confusion around toxic masculinity, the idea of manhood, and then we have the other ideals running around. And within the gay community, we have a lot of trouble because we're navigating sometimes both worlds, sometimes a single world, sometimes we're DNA built for one world and we're living in another world like an alien.
Well, and then there's one of the worst things, though, is often being the man with no country.
Yeah.
Like, as in, like, you think that, like, you're ostracized from one community, and that you should be able to find this other community accepting, except it doesn't want you either.
Mm-hmm.
And then and you just sit there and you're just sitting there like, I'm a man with no country here, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, big gay dude. I've gone through a fair amount of that. Is
Right.
that there's literally sometimes I'm not skinny enough, cute enough, I don't have visible abs enough to at all. Granted, not like you could miss them from space, but because I have a stomach, they're just not all
Right.
washboardy. Sorry, I was trying to make
You're
that,
not
but
Abercrombie and Fitch. You're not
exactly,
Teddy Bear or Us.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not enough of any one community to be
Mm-hmm.
what they want,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, what the fuck, man.
Right.
It's like adopted Joe. Is there just a Joe's community I can go join, or are you going to tell me I'm not pronouncing it correctly? I mean, it gets to that
Joseph
point.
community, for all fuck's sakes. But no, and then and I'm gonna just lay it out here. Okay, so I've got the Angelo principle going on while wearing the white hat, the armor on the horse, and by golly, I ain't falling to no damn arrows. And then you got to combine those two into not looking aggressive.
Well, but yeah.
Yeah.
And don't be abusive, and be sensitive when it
Mm-hmm.
matters, and and it's like, you realize some of these are mutually exclusive. It's really
Right.
hard to walk that line.
Right. Which
Again,
you have to explain the Angelo principle.
well, it's actually the Angele, and that is another Brene Brown steal. But it was from an old perfume commercial in which it's, she earns the money, she brings home the bacon, she fries it up in a pan, and she still makes him feel like a man.
Mm-hmm.
Does it all concept. Yeah, no, it's not possible. It's not practical.
Mm-hmm.
It's not real. It's illogical as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically the premise of Stepford Wives.
Right.
From both sides. There
Right.
was a whole man side of that too. The
Right.
new movie, not the old movie. The old movie's really twisted. It's actually more of a horror than the new movie. The new movie was
Mm-hmm.
comedy. It really truly was. Like the Nicole Kidman one, that's comedy. The
Mm-hmm.
old one is a horror film.
Mm-hmm.
It's subtle, but it's psychological horror.
Right.
Just pointing that out. They are vastly different films.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wonder Woman Hidden in Doris Day. Just even Clark Kent got to be a nerdy little reporter while being Superman. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have to be an underwear model while being Superman.
Right.
He was not a great titan of business while
Mm-hmm.
being Superman. Argumentatively, yes, Brenda. The new Stepford Wives was not it. There's a lot of overlap, but no, it's not the same movie. It was a total different. It was not a remake. It was a reimagining, and it got reimagined more as a comedy than a comedy sci-fi.
Right.
Than the original, which was like a sci-fi horror.
Right.
I didn't realize that till I watched the old one the other day.
Right.
I had watched it, the old one, before.
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't watched it recently enough, and when I was watching it, I was like, oh my God, I didn't realize. How... Because there's enough overlap, it does feel like the same movie. But then you get towards the end, and you go, oh no, I didn't remember it being this, dark.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow watching Stepford Wives, then watching the new Stepford Wives, and then going back and watching the old Stepford Wives, you really pay attention to the ending more.
Right.
And it's like vastly different. Like one's kind of comedy, one's like holy fucking shit.
Right.
I don't know that I can love the original. Like I can love the new one because it's hilarious.
See, my only thing is, where's the damn remote? Whenever that movie's on, that's the only question I want answered is, where's the damn remote?
Okay.
Either one of them.
What?
I want the remote.
No, you can't have the remote.
Yes.
No. Yeah, the original is so... Like, the original was creepy all the way through, and that would have been fine, and I could have been okay with that, because there's parts of the new one that's also a little creepy. Like, it's sitting there on that, like, sci-fi creepy, but just enough comedy to make it a comedy.
Right.
And then the ending isn't, like, a total creep out.
Right.
It's a nice comedic revenge. Versus the original, which is just like, I don't know, somehow it didn't hit as creepy the first time, but
Right.
then when you rewatch it, it's like, holy shit, that's creepy as fuck.
Right.
Like, because you realize you're just like, there's no revenge, there's no, oh, everyone gets out alive and, you know, the husbands get destroyed. It's just, no, this is how they live now. And it's like,
weird.
Oh, yeah, it's like it's like, oh my god, like it. No, not cool, not cool.
Yeah,
but yeah. Sorry, that was a whole tangent.
But it was a tangent I wanted to go into.
Okay.
Otherwise, you were gotten misdirected.
Well, you
know, that's the tease to being a great host. Guys, it's been a busy week. You know, our baristas have been amazing this week. We've had 4 shows this week, all the way around. We've been some great shows, some really awesome shows. First out, we started out with the Psychic Coffee Shop. You guys know we're going to have some fun over there, always.
Absolutely. And then...
Okay. Then we went into Divination Night, and that was an awesome collection. I'm glad to see that show back. Lady Gwen is always so fun with that. Then we had Coffee and Tea with Dottie, who's on her way to New York. We have seen her on the train. Dottie, if you're watching, safe travels. Much profit to you. Hope you're back home soon.
Absolutely. Enjoy.
Bring me back some Italian pastry with filling.
Cannolis?
Yes.
You don't want a Frada bag?
No, I want cannolis. Let's get something I can't get here.
No Fooey Vuitton?
Lord, no. If I wanted a plastic bag, I'd go to Big Lots. Okay, let's talk Louis Vuitton for a moment. Aeson does not like Louis Vuittons. They are fucking plastic. Give me some leather Gucci. Give me some leather anything over Louis Vuitton. I am a Birkin boy. I love my Birkins. They look beautiful. They are gorgeous. They are supple, soft goat leather.
They're also a car.
I don't know. Let me check and see.
I mean... Like, oh no, there's a cheap ugly bag for like $150. It's a coin purse.
No. Lord, no. I can't even put jack shit in those. Oh, let's go and look at the Louis Vuitton.
I feel like he's breakfast at Tiffany's on the Birkin page right now. Like, what's the cheapest thing in the store you can have engraved?
No, I'm not looking at the cheapest thing. I'm not wasting my money on cheap.
Like, no, I can shop at Birkin for only $150. Look.
No, honey child. The Birkin that I want is the Hellman's Birkin 40 C&M Black Tango gold powered Birkin bag. New. It is $28,800.
I revisit my statement. It's not a car. It's a nice car. It's an SUV, actually. No. Sorry, I run by the rule of you can't own that much of a bag until you have that much to put in it. If you spend
Well, honey,
$28,000 for a bag, you have to have $28,000 to put in it.
I'm waiting for that IT money.
I'm just saying. Oh, good
Because,
luck on
little
that.
old Avon over here.
Uh-huh. But no, sorry. No, you can't own the $28,000 bag till you got the $28,000 to put in it. Like, I hate that. I'm not built for status symbol life. I'm really not. Like, I would feel so stupid carrying at this point in my life, like, even a $2,000 bag. Hell, even a $200 bag.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no. Like, if I took $200 out of the bank to put in the $200 bag, like, some shit be bouncing. I'm just saying. That's kind of... Well, I mean, like, we would have to plan it. Yeah. Is what I mean. Like, you know what I mean? If I just randomly went and spent $200 on a bag and then pulled $200 out of the bank to put in the $200 bag, you would not want me to do that randomly.
Right. But, if the choice is between Louis Vuitton, go get me a Birkin. Just go get me a Birkin. We will be much more happier. I will not have to kill you.
But what about a Firkin?
I don't want a Firkin either.
Oh, yeah. And then there's a waiting list.
Yes, because they're custom made.
You can't just show up with the money.
All right.
And buy it. No, you have to go on a list to be allowed. Mm-hmm. Like it's worse than Apple. Like, oh my God.
Yeah. Now I like me a Coach, a good leather Coach. I'm not bad with a Coach. And really, what's crazy is Martha Stewart. Granted, she's out of stock right now. She went out of stock a few months ago. I hope she comes back. Michael Kors does a good bag. Martha Stewart has a lovely handbag I've been looking at. But stop buying freaking plastic bags.
I don't know.
Yeah, because,
I buy $17 wallets. That's what I do. Because even when it's empty, I don't feel bad. It's had $20 in it. I'm just saying. Like, sorry, okay. Between all the cards in my wallet, there is at least $20 at any given moment. I don't feel bad. I have more money, technically, in my wallet than my wallet cost me.
Mm-hmm. But no, you were talking about Louis Vuitton bags.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason I brought up old Louis Vuitton.
Oh, no. I was just saying.
Plastic bags.
Yeah.
And everyone on budget community is like, save for your Louis, save for your Louis. Why do I want to save for a bag of plastic? If I wanted cheap plastic, I'd go over to Walmart and buy some carrier bag. That's why I like my Marco Coles you got me.
Okay, am I stupid? But bag. Is that like a thing people are doing now?
Yes. Why do you think I lose my shit when I go, what the hell?
No, I mean, like, this is where the budget and planning community is at.
Yes.
Is we're going to save up for a Louis Vuitton. Like, or insert bag name. I don't care. Birkin, Chanel, Michael Kors, whatever. Aguar, that used to be the thing back in the day. That's how old I am. I remember when everyone was crazy about the Aguar bag. But no, that's it. Like, I thought they would be more like save for a car, save for a home, save for a vacation, save for, like investing. Save for something that I mean, granted, we could have a whole argument about the asset value of bags. And I get that. But just for
Okay, you know the M1 challenge that I told you that we were going to do starting next month?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a Louis Vuitton challenge.
Oh, my God. No, Brenda, I've worked with someone who did save money from each payday for their purse collection. Granted, she had a whole reality check later. It was fun. So I hear. I was happy to hear she had it. But the bag she was buying, and I probably should not tell this on air, but what the fuck ever. I had a coworker in North Carolina who effectively what he would do is he made trips to New York. Before he left for these trips to New York, he would collect money from all the different women that he knew that wanted him to buy knockoff handbags while he was in New York. He would take that money and buy multiple cartons of cigarettes in North Carolina. He would then illegally smuggle them. I mean, let's be honest, to New York, where he could sell those, get the money back immediately, buy the bags, and come back with the bags and a handsome profit. It was nuts. But like she did, like I swear to God, I don't think he ever came back with like less than 3 bags, knockoff bags. And let me tell you, I didn't even realize like knockoff bags can still go for an insane amount of money.
Right.
Like it's not even the real thing. It's not even the real Birkin like $28,000 bag. It's a $2,800 knockoff of the $28,000 Birkin bag. But there's actually such a thing as a good, bad, middle, whatever market of knockoff. Like they're graded almost the same as the high quality bags. I didn't even realize this until I got to understanding that whole little side hustle business. That not little. I think it bought him a car, but and probably a down payment on a house. But yeah, excellent knockoffs. I didn't even know that was a thing. I'm like, holy hell, buy a car. Jesus, go on vacation. Amazing vacation. Like I know Karen Walker from, Will and Grace is going to eternally be known for the line of point your heels towards Jesus and think of handbags, but really? Like, oh, yes, Aguar bags. Ooh, Lady Gwen brought it up too. I do. I remember the insanity of that. Like, it was crazy. I never got it. They were such ugly bags. Like, they were ugly then. They did not get prettier with age. But I knew people that, like, my grandmother's age, that were still clutching that damn bag and its last 3 strings of hope that they're holding it together. Like, I have an Aguar bag. Like, out of my way.
Hey, a good bag will get doors open and hold them open.
Well, apparently she held a lot of doors open with the bag. It was on its last legs. No, that's the last time I saw one, really. Was someone that I swear to God, it looked like she must have held every door in town open with it. Like that poor damn bag. But she was still clutching it like she was a 20-year-old with like a fucking Louis Vuitton. Or like purse first, bitch. Like, damn. Like, is it seriously like? And I have to. Okay, we have females. I have to ask. Is there? Like, okay, I get it. There's this whole purse first mentality. There's this whole status symbol of bags. I get that. But do you guys respect each other and your different ages and whether or not that bag was big generationally? Like, does a 20-something have the same respect for a 90-year-old with her, like, purse first Jaguar, like, damn near falling off her walker? Do you have respect for that, or is it just like...
Depending on the bag. It's like shoes, honey. I tried to explain this to you on shoes. People who can tell the type of person you are by the height of your heel. If a woman comes in wearing tennis shoes in an office, compared to a woman walking in 6.5 to 8 to 7.5 inch heeled spikes, the woman in spiked heels and a nice bag will get paid attention to.
Oh, this is why so many women I've worked with over the years liked me. I always pay attention to the one in the sneakers because I figure she's smart. What? I there's no part of me that's ever looked at high heels and went, that looks comfortable. That seems like a sensible shoe choice in the middle of a blizzard.
I'm sorry, a pair of 5.5 inch spiked heels with titanium tips are more comfortable than any pair of tennis shoes I've ever worn.
No. No. Well, yeah, Chanel never goes out of style, but I mean, there's like, I was just curious where that goes with like the whole concept of like, do other generations recognize if there's like a generational like thing, or is it just get totally like, no, we only respect people who get our generation stuff? Like, and I'm curious if that goes in reverse. Is, you know, the 90-year-old with her Jaguar, you know, clutching for dear life over here, you know, ought to be holding more carefully to her walker, but trying to make sure you see that purse. Does she have any respect for like the 20-year-old with the fucking newest Birkin? Like, is there a camaraderie there, or is
but it has to be like, more than the Birkin.
What?
That's what I'm saying, darling. What? I can walk out of this house, and this is in both cultures. I can walk out of this house in a nice business suit with a good pair of heels and a nice shoulder bag. And I get paid more attention to, I get better deals, I get treated better at stores than when I walk out of here in this active fit wearing a pair of tennis shoes.
Okay, but still. I'm sorry, I've known a fair number of people though, and especially in that like Jaguar bag club. Like everything else they had was cheap. But that bag. The bag was supposed to be everything. Like they're wearing a pair of Keds. Even back when they first got it, way back when, like they're rocking a pair of Keds, a coordinating pantsuit, as in like the kind you're literally like everyone's grandmother over 70 at least owns. Like, you know, she's going to the doctor, she's got the coordinated pants and top. You know what I'm talking about. And like it, those used to at best come from like Sears, JC Penney. You know, you bought them on one hanger, like you know. They still sell them. There are stores that still do that. It freaked me out. I thought that died, and then my grandmother took me to Bondsworth, and I went, "Oh God, it's the little old lady store." Like it's the coordinating. Oh, it kills me because they're always hideous. Has
Right,
anyone not pointed that out? That like they are like if you buy a pants top outfit on one hanger, it is always hideous.
right,
I've never seen a single one that is pretty.
right.
Now, I'm a decent human being. I will lie and say you look wonderful today. But what I'm
Hmm.
really thinking is, I know where you got that.
Right.
Oh, but anyway.
All right, so we got to read some viewer comments here. What Brenda says, what Aeson said is true. You are treated by how you are perceived. It's not just the first piece that does it, though. No, it's the full. Like put on suit, put on the stupid button-down shirt. Make sure that the lines are right. Slap on the heels or the dress shoes or the boots. Grab a nice bag, make sure your nails are done, your hair is done, your makeup is done, and you will get more done than any time that I'm running around in activewear.
Okay. I feel like I get more done running around in activewear. I really do. And I don't mind people looking at me and thinking, damn, he broke his fuck. Like, I will say, I do get asked for spare change a fuck ton less than you do.
Oh, I get asked for spare change. I get asked, if I am dressed to go do things. Oh yes, let's talk scent and makeup counts. Yes, makeup done. Scent, cologne done. And I'm talking all three damn layers. Don't be cheaping yourself with it.
I mean, I personally would be afraid to stand on a corner and like shake a cup. Like people would stop and put money in it. That's how I dress.
Yeah.
Like, and I know this about myself. I do. I'm aware.
Yeah.
I'm not unself-aware. I'm just like, I'm comfortable. Fuck it. I just won't shake a cup on a corner, Ever.
Which I will say that has been one of the things you've rubbed off on me on. Aeson in activewear, not outside this house up until about 2 years ago.
What? I'm sorry. I've always been that weirdo. I hate dressing up. I feel so stupid when I dress up. Like, I just feel like everything I'm wearing is in my way or preventing me from doing something. I do.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. I feel like it is in the way, like, oh, like I put on a tie, I feel like it's in the way of breathing. I put on a dress shirt, I feel like it's in the way of moving. I put on a belt, it's in the way of digestion. Like I know I sound so grumpy old man, but it's basically
right.
Grumpy old man is my spirit animal. Is where I'm at with that. Like,
I agree with Brenda here, and then you've got to read the one above her. She won't step outside in yoga pants or sweatpants, and God help me, no pajamas and slippers. Can we stop this damn pajamas and slippers at Walmart shit? Drives me up a goddamn wall. See a dude walking in a pair of ratty ass pajamas that looks like he just rolled out of goddamn bed, dressed like he got some fucking intelligence.
yeah. Like, I mean, granted, People of Walmart is its own thing. It is a thing. After college though, like I have different standards. Like, I will say, I was never the guy who wore legit pajamas to class. I never wore legit house shoes to class. Like, I drew a line. That was it. But after being on a college campus, I will say I became judgy about it. Like, well, they're at least clean.
And?
Like, you know what I mean?
When I went to college, I went to 2 different colleges. The first one, I had to be in a white uniform every damn day. Pressed.
Yeah.
Like we got bet. You talk about a woman being upset over if the staple was crooked. Heaven forbid you had a coffee stain on your uniform. The other one was a
see,
business college, and you showed up in a suit every day.
oh no. No. Business school that I went to, there were so many people in pajamas. And it literally was a moment like you started judging, like, are the pajamas at least clean?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's where I got to at the college level, was like I started judging whether they were at least clean.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that was a point higher. Like, I still think it's stupid you're wearing like fleece Snoopy pajamas in class, dude.
Mm-hmm.
But they're clean.
Mm-hmm.
They're not torn.
Mm-hmm.
They don't look like you walk through a snowstorm in them, you know, without
Right.
hemming them. You know, like that's where I got to level wise. Like, I can accept pajamas as long as they're clean and presentable. And like,
Right.
you know, you haven't worn out the front button.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you have, you at least thought to prepare for that. Like free balling in pajamas with a worn out front button. No.
Mm-hmm.
There is no context in which that is appropriate.
Right.
Oh, Phoenix trying to get me to get a kilt. See, that's
He already
normal
has a
for me.
kilt.
I do not have a kilt.
Yes,
How
you
do I have
do.
a kilt? When did I get a kilt?
You got a kilt the day you started dating me.
Oh.
We have the kilts in the closet in 4 different sizes.
Oh, good God. No, but then again, I have to turn around though, and like on the flip opposite end was this conversation with one of my professors, and it was the one who would totally flip out over like where a staple was.
Mm-hmm.
The wildest conversation I had with her is, and she started it.
Mm-hmm.
Was she pointed out that like she just couldn't understand what some of the girls in these classes or thought they were going to, where they thought they were going to get employed at,
Mm-hmm.
wearing pants to a job interview.
Mm-hmm.
And like my brain just like loading symbol trying to process this, and I'm like, what the hell is wrong with that? And so she continued on to explain that, you know, I just would never wear anything less than a skirted suit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you just, as a woman, can't be taken seriously or get hired anywhere if you're not wearing a skirt. And I'm like, what kind of 1950s did I step into today?
Honey, that's modern business.
I'm like, this was the early 2000s. And I was like, oh, for the love of God.
Yeah, that's business.
Like, I know. I'm horrified. Like, I was horrified. I'd never even stopped to think about it.
Yeah.
Like fucked up things that would happen if I had a vagina. I would go to all my interviews in a pantsuit, and not like the grandma version, but an actual legit suit.
Right.
Like, and there would probably be no heel. Like, it would be a loafer.
Mm-mm.
I'd basically be a lesbian on a job interview.
And that's understandable, but do it properly. Get a good suit. Get a good outfit. Wear some good outfits. Make sure that you look right, and dress. Because even, and this is what people do not get, is there's a psychological effect behind dress. And I recently had to get reminded of this because Aeson did lose weight.
Hmm.
And Aeson had to go buy clothes, which is normally a nightmare for Aeson in multiple directions.
Well, except
One,
this
I
time,
live in Skunkville.
well, but what made it worse this time is she bought gold pants and you already fit into them.
Yeah, I bought gold pants. Like, okay, I am not going through this again because I know Aeson was going. Okay, why the hell do I feel like shit? Why do I feel like crap today? every day this past week, like nothing has felt right. And I'm like, oh, I need new clothes. That's why.
Oh.
This is cute. We've done this. So I go and I buy clothes. What I can find here, which is the style that hasn't changed since 1996. Like, put them up in the closet this time so I don't have to rebuy them.
Well, that's because in 1997, the only decent stores in the area closed.
True.
Everything else came from Walmart. And it's activewear.
Right. Which I have to give it to it. What is these Russells? Something like that. The activewear that I've fallen in love with that looks more like a slacks than activewear.
Oh, I have no idea.
I bought them like 3 months ago. They're the same brand I buy you guys in general.
You think I pay attention?
Oh my goddess. I'm dating a straight man.
I put on clothes, they fit. Yay! That's it. That's all I got. I'm horrible. I know. I'm aware. I'm not unaware of these facts. I'm just making sure you are aware of them. I have no idea what brands I am wearing right now.
Let me see. You have a Fruit of the Loom shirt on. If I remember the pants you're wearing, there's this brand I'm trying to remember. No, they are the new ones I just got you, right?
Yes.
Okay, so those are the Reeboks. And we won't go into what else you're wearing.
I have socks.
Okay, those are which ones? The gray patterned ones or the gray padded ones?
I have gray patterned socks.
Yeah, the bottom feet are either a gray solid or the heel is the gray pattern.
Oh, gray solid bottom socks.
Okay, those are Fruit of the Looms.
Ooh. Exactly. Like that's it. Like hi, I'm putting it on screen. This is my only question about clothes ever. He has no idea. No. Nothing. Like I generally do not.
Russell. That's the brand. Anyway, these Russell Active pants are very nice, like a stretchy dress pants. They are form fitting, which I like. Almost like a men's legging. Of course, I got into this idea of it would be really easy since I'm doing yoga and everything to just go buy men's leggings and t-shirts for my house uniform. That is impossible in this hellhole. Because either they look like they come from the LuLaRoe rejection line.
Ooh. Or they look like they came from LuLaRoe.
Or they look like someone with graffiti designed them. Either way, they look terrible.
Yeah, no. I struggle when I go on client visits to remember like pants, Joe, pants. Not shorts, pants.
And I struggle with going, you're going to a client visit and that, go get those clothes I just bought you. You look like I don't take care of you. Stop making the neighbors think that I don't buy you stuff.
But like I don't know, like it's the problem of IT though. Like I don't know where my day's going when I go on a client visit. I really don't. I have no idea.
And this is why you have cargo pants.
Oh yeah.
In multiple sizes and cargo shorts. For those days you want to wear cargo shorts to a client visit.
Here's my life problem. I've gotten to the point that I define cargo pants as my good pants. Like that's where I'm at in my life. I like it here. Don't get me wrong. I like it here.
No, your good pants are the dress pants in there, and I believe they are Christians.
They're what?
They're Christian. They're either Giorgios or Christians.
Oh.
Yeah, they are, because I just bought them like 5 months ago.
I'm not arguing that you're wrong. I'm saying I don't know. The trauma, the emotional damage that I am causing him right now.
No, this just explains why I can't get you to find me anything.
Not a clue. Try again. Tell me in words that make sense.
Like, Gus, I tell him to go get me the black slate, soft, tall shirts, and he will bring me one of my, what I call fuck around and find out shirts that I can destroy. And I'm like, I can't do a video on this.
No, that is not true. What I do is just stare at you until you realize that you're going to have to get that yourself.
Right.
Because, what the hell do you want?
You would think that I'm asking to find me the Tigger bomb that is in my herb cabinet.
Basically. Yes, those are Jimmy Choos. It's literally the only shoe I can spot offhand. Thank you, Devil Wears Prada.
Do you also understand what the Chinese laundry shoes are?
What?
The embroidery dragon heels that I want, as soon as that I get on, I'm on the waiting list. I'm waiting for them to become available.
You're on a waiting list for shoes.
Yes.
And this waiting list is how long?
I don't know. They don't tell you. They just send you an email when they're available.
I mean, how long have you been on this list to date?
Last Christmas.
Jesus Christ.
They're gorgeous.
Oh my God. Like things I didn't even realize. Like you showed them to me. I just thought you decided not to get them. Like seriously, where I was at, I thought you just decided you weren't going to get them.
No.
But yeah, no.
They're hand embroidered. I have to wait for them to be available.
Oh my God. Oh. Dear sweet Jesus.
Things that you know, y'all guys hear about all the shit he has put up with me. The things I put up with.
Oh, come
like
on.
the neighbors must think I am a terrible wife and an awful husband.
I mean, okay, fair points. I do often leave the house looking like, you know, maybe a short bus is coming to pick me up. I like
and eat over top of the sink like some single thing. We have a perfectly good dining room table and 3 sets of dishes.
Efficient.
Single.
Efficient.
All right, guys. We will
yes, I am why there are personal shoppers.
Yes. All right. And subscription services, which I'm going to be looking into some of those this year. But anyway, we will be seeing you on Tuesday. Be watchful. Some things may be popping up. I am in the midst of posting my event calendar. If you want to take a class, go ahead, look at it. It's available. I'm going to be hosting some new things that are free. Go ahead and go in there and add it to your calendar if you want to join those. As always, we want to thank our baristas. Take it away, Vanna.
All right. Of course, we want to thank Beverly Walker, Mika G, Kathy, Mary Winfield, Brenda Bryant, Ashley Gish, Shannon C, Shannon D, the ever wonderful Lady Gwendolyn, and Charles Shaw. If you'd like to learn more about us, the show, or how you too can become a Patreon sponsor and receive all the wonderful benefits our barista supporters receive, please visit us at pcspnetwork.com.
All right, guys. You guys have a wonderful night, and we'll see you on Tuesday. Good night, y'all.
Good night.
You know what's coming, so be warned. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me now. All my feet have come too far for you. So tie up to the ground. Can't stop me now. You can't stop me now. Send my sights on where I'm going now. You turn